Yes guys, welcome to a brand new video. My name is Conan and today we're going to be breaking down my nighttime routine. So I think a lot of people talk about their morning routines, how they optimize that for productivity, for health, but a lot of people don't talk about their nighttime routine. And I personally think that your nighttime routine is as important, if not more important, than your morning routine. Because I want you guys to think about it this way. In order to have a good morning routine, you should probably wake up feeling well rested, without feeling bloated, without like feeling stressed or anxious. And it's like, how do you do that? Well, you do that by optimizing your nighttime routine, right? And so in today's video, I'm going to be breaking down my personal nighttime routine, and hopefully you guys can take some tips and implement that into your current nighttime routine if you're not already following any of these things, right? So let's just kind of break it down one by one. So really quickly here, guys, the reason why I'm so big on nighttime routines is because I am massive on sleep. Sleep is so important, especially when it comes to building more muscle, losing body fat, and just simply living a more energetic, healthy lifestyle. And so basically, when we lack sleep, at least when it comes to like the nutrition side of things, two critical appetite hormones go into opposite bad directions. And so leptin, which signals to your body that you're nice and full, nice and satisfied, actually goes down, whereas ghrelin, which signals to your body that you're like constantly hungry, actually goes up, like it actually skyrockets. And so when we're sleep deprived, typically speaking, we tend to overeat and also crave more hyper palatable foods like the sugary junk foods, right? And not only that, it's like when we sleep more, a hormone in our body called growth hormone actually gets released, which helps us build more muscle and actually recover from our workouts as well. So there's a lot of amazing benefits associated with a just a great sleep. And it's like, how do we optimize for that? Well, we optimize for that by actually having a good, solid nighttime routine. So do not take this lightly, guys. Try to optimize this as much as you can and fit this within your current routine. Make some time or cut some time out of your day to actually prioritize this, because I guarantee you that you having a good nighttime sleep, not only is your morning routine going to be a whole lot better, but your actual life quality is going to significantly increase. And so let's just kind of go over thing one by one. So a lot of people also talk about having a healthy breakfast, having a healthy pre-workout meal, post-workout meal, but a lot of people also don't talk about having a good pre-bed meal. I think this is super important. Similarly to like whenever you have a pre-workout meal, you want to make sure that it like gives you enough energy so you don't feel hungry, and that you don't like overeat either, that you feel like constantly bloated and like gassy and stuff. You want to try to like find that with your pre-bed meal as well. So similarly speaking, you don't want to have like a massive meal right before bed that it's going to like affect your sleep. But at the same time, guys, you don't want to be having such a small meal right before bed. It may not be right before bed, maybe like an hour or 2 hours or 3 hours, whatever whatever you find most comfortable for yourself. You don't want to be eating too little food that's gonna like negatively impact your sleep as well. Because when I did my bodybuilding show, for example, a couple of years ago, I was literally starving myself, and I remember like my sleeps were like the worst they've ever been. Like I couldn't sleep at night because I was constantly thinking about food. My stomach was rumbling, and that definitely impacted my sleep in a negative way, right? So you really want to make sure that you find that healthy balance of not eating too much, but then also not eating too little, right? And so I typically just have a dinner probably 2-ish hours before bed. That's kind of like the sweet spot for me. I don't stuff myself with food. I just have a pretty balanced meal, healthy carbs, healthy fats, and then a good quality source of protein as well. So I just keep it pretty basic, pretty simple. I just have dinner, and then 2 hours later, I'm usually in bed asleep. And for you, this may be like a snack before bed. Could be some Greek yogurts. Make sure that it's like a good quality source of protein. Ideally speaking, if you consume protein, have like a casein protein, like a casein blend, because that's kind of like digests a bit slower, and it kind of like it's more of a sustained release all throughout bed or all throughout the nighttime, which would be most ideal. But again, it's not a huge deal if you don't have a casein protein or don't want to have casein. That's totally fine as well. But foods that actually help promote sleep are foods that are rich in tryptophan, magnesium, and melatonin. So an example of this could be some Greek yogurt with honey and almonds, a banana with peanut butter, or a handful of cherries are all great options to kind of promote your sleep. So once you've got that figured out, evening walks. These are typically what I like to do is I call them floss walks. So after I eat dinner, I typically like to floss my teeth after. You guys should be flossing regardless, but I literally use that time to, while I floss my teeth, I just go outside and just walk around the block. I call them floss walks. It's whatever, just for like 5 to 10 minutes, just a leisurely walk. This light exercise also kind of helps with like digestion after eating a meal, right? And it just part of my routine, right? So it also helps me cap off my daily steps if I haven't gotten enough steps in. So that's what I do typically, although at the end of the day, I typically have already gotten most of my steps in. But it typically just kind of helps me with like digestion. After that, at least an hour before bed, turn off all electronics, including blue lights, so like your phone, especially your phone, TV, laptop, iPads, whatever it may be. Try to turn all of that off at least a minimum of 1 hour before bedtime. And so like if we don't do that, your body has a hard time releasing a hormone called melatonin, and melatonin is like really really important to kind of put you in like that sleepy state, right? And it's really difficult for your body to release melatonin if it's constantly like bombarded by like all these different lights, because whenever we view lights, so right now it's obviously daytime, but whenever we view lights from our phone, from the screen, even from like the lights as well, it kind of signals to our body that hey, it is still daytime, right? And so our body's natural response is going to be like, okay, let's try to stay awake, right? Whereas if you dim the lights an hour before bed and get rid of all the blue lights, right, it's going to signal to your body to actually release the hormone melatonin in your body. And it's also going to like remind you that hey, it is nighttime, time to relax, right? So you really want to make sure that you prime your body and put your body in a state of relaxation, as opposed to bombarding yourself with a bunch of lights right before bed, because that's not going to optimize your sleep at all. After that, I like to shower, brush my teeth, just do what regular people would do. Hopefully you do shower and brush your teeth, right? If you can, have like a warmer shower. I'm kind of a maniac where I take a cold shower in the morning and I also take a cold shower at night. I do not recommend that at all. Like you should be taking a warm shower before bed, just to like put you in like in a relaxed mood. I just really enjoy cold showers, and I just really feel so much better after I take a warm shower. I just kind of feel, I don't know, a bit just not for me basically. And I'm just being completely transparent with you guys. Do I recommend that? No, not at all, not to anyone, especially right before bed. In the morning it's awesome to wake yourself up, but at nighttime, like, you definitely don't want to be doing that. Warm shower, and then of course make sure you brush your teeth, make sure your hygiene is on point, obviously. And then usually like 30 minutes before bed, I like to journal and have my to-do list. So I spend 5 to 10 minutes on my journal. I literally write down whatever is on my mind. I write down how the day went, what went well, what went poorly, and just kind of like do some self-reflection. Because oftentimes I have so many thoughts that are just like stuck in my head. And I found that just by simply like physically writing it, not on your phone, but like physically on like a piece of paper, really helps me just kind of like express my thoughts. And it's also a great time just to brainstorm on a couple of things of like maybe what you want to do. And then on top of that, I write tomorrow's to-do list. And I'm a big believer, and I stand firmly behind this, that in order for you to have a successful day, I really think it starts the night before, especially when it comes to your to-do list. If you have a to-do list that you write for tomorrow, you're going to wake up the next morning feeling so just like much stress free. So just write down like a list of like 5 to 10 things that you have to accomplish for the next day, and it's gonna add so much clarity to your day, especially first thing in the morning, because I see so many people who wake up the next morning who don't have a morning routine, and they just hit the snooze button, and then they rush out of the house without eating a healthy breakfast. They quickly go to Starbucks, get a sugary coffee with a croissant or something, and then they're just constantly like in a stress state as soon as they wake up, right? And it's like, that is not a life that I want anyone to be living. Because when being in a stress state, obviously increases your cortisol levels, which is a stress hormone in your body. And when your cortisol is really high, a lot of bad things happen. You tend to hold on to more water weight. You tend to crave more sugary, junkier foods, and you're just not optimizing your life, right? So write down your to-do list for the day. Could be as simple as go to work at this time, go to the gym at that time. Don't forget to call this person at that time. You have a meeting at that time. Just small little things like that can definitely add a significant difference to just like your overall stress levels, and just add so much more clarity to the following day. So that's what I like to do 30 minutes before bed. And then finally, I just read. My mentor told me read at least 10 pages of a book. I typically just do like one chapter of a book just to make it easier. Try to read more of like non-fictional book, or like, yeah, I guess fictional books, just to put your mind at ease. Because if you read like a business book or a self-help book, like your brain is still going to be like functioning Another thing that I probably shouldn't be doing, but I like reading business books, self-help books, productivity books. Those are the only books that I really have. I don't have any fictional books. But yeah, mostly just business books. These are a couple ones that I think I've read two of these. The 4 Hour Work Week is awesome. Deep Work is also great. These are also some other books, but just something to kind of like put you in like a relaxed state. And that's typically how I wind down my day to optimize for the day ahead. So by consistently following this nighttime routine, you can create a peaceful and productive end to your day. This routine not only enhances your sleep quality, which we kind of talked about why that is so important, but it also ensures that you wake up feeling refreshed and ready to just attack the day with energy and focus, right? So remember, the key is consistency, stick to it, and over time you'll notice significant improvements in your overall well-being and productivity. Now, if you need help reaching your fitness goals and kind of like implementing all of this into your current routine to help lose the body fat that you're looking for, build the muscle that you want, you can go ahead and schedule a free consultation call with me in the description down below. We'll kind of go over your fitness goals, go over your struggles, and help create a game plan for you to help absolutely crush them, basically. So yeah, that'll be that in the description. And if you do have any questions for me, please drop them down below, and I'll see you all soon. Peace.